Hello and welcome to What's On at Cineworld Cinemas. I'm Luke Owen.
And I'm Laurie Blake, and we're here at the Cineworld at the O2 in London to tell you what is hitting Cineworld screens this month.
Including things like Paddington in Peru, Gladiator II, Wicked, Moana 2, and a whole lot more. So let's go get some snacks and go give them a chat.
This is the best bit.
It may be November, but spooky season is not over just yet. If you've managed to keep your stomach within yourself after watching Terrifier 3, maybe you can go watch Heretic, which is the new horror movie starring Hugh Grant and Topher Grace.
Hugh Grant, of all people in horror. And also, this is a film that people are saying this is one of Hugh Grant's best performances ever.
Yeah.
Better than Paddington 2.
I know, we've got Paddington coming up later, but apparently this is better than that.
I think also it's like completely recontextual. Like Hugh Grant's had a few turns as a villain, like Paddington 2, obviously the Dungeons and Dragons movie as well, and now this, but this is obviously like he's been a campy villain before, and now this is probably taking it in a really dark turn. Yeah,
it's a bit sinister. Not the movie Sinister, the performance is sinister. A very clever trailer as well, because it kind of presents to be like, hey, this might be a nice, oh no it's not, it's actually a really dangerous place. Producer Adam, who's doing our camera ops today, said he thought it was like a new human centipede.
You don't want a new one of those.
No, you don't need a new one of those, no.
The old one did wear out.
But if you don't fancy getting a bit spooked, maybe you could go down the corridor, take a left and go see Anora, which is a movie about a lady of the night who marries a Russian oligarch. It's a very different tone to Heretic. But if that's not your cup of tea, perhaps the following week, you can go see Paddington in Peru.
Paddington in Peru! I mean, the follow-on to one of the best films of all time, potentially?
Arguably the best film of all time. Yeah, Paddington is back on the big screen, and this time, he's going on holiday. Yeah,
well, I mean, this is interesting as well, because Paddington has this kind of whimsical Britishness about it, and they've explored that at length in Paddington 1 and Paddington 2, and only teased his kind of heritage back in Peru. So this is going to be like a nice chance to see him in his element, I guess. Yeah. Or out of his element, I guess, because he just really likes marmalade.
Well, that's it, yeah. It's both out and in his element, because he's going back to deepest, darkest Peru, which is what, he knows. But maybe he's so used to now having that London lifestyle.
Oh my God. He's not going to be like, oh, it's expensive for a pint in that there London, exactly. Is it?
There's not a Starbucks around here. I don't know what I'm
What am I doing? But provincial life.
But I love Paddington. Paddington 2, like you were saying earlier, is like arguably one of the best movies ever made. So I'm really excited to see a third movie with
I'd find the next layer, the next depth for it. And I guess just keep those hits coming of like, it's good for kids and it's good for adults.
Speaking of being good for kids, we have got exclusive cup toppers for Paddington 3, Paddington in Peru, which you can get when you go and see the movie, which are very cool. But if that's not your cup of tea, you can go see a different family movie. Maybe get ready for the festive season, even though it is November, because Red 1, the new movie starring Rock the Dwayne Johnson, is here in cinemas. And he's not alone. It's with Chris Evans, Lucy Liu, and J.K. Simmons playing Father Christmas.
I love the premise of this film. Every time I've seen the trailer for this film, I've been like, this looks brilliant. It's just got such a genius premise of every part about it is like, what if Santa went missing? And what if we took it really seriously?
And what if The Rock was an elf?
Yeah, exactly. It's just got that, I don't know, it's just got that kind of, we haven't had a film kind of taking that really kind of action-oriented view of Christmas, I think, since like Jingle All the Way.
Yes. And maybe this could become a new Christmas classic. It does like when you see the poster for it, it does look like it's a movie that you would see in another movie that's making fun of these sorts of movies.
Oh my God, it looks like something in the Expendables universe. Like it's got that kind of vibe to it.
The end screens of 22 Jump Street.
Yeah, exactly.
But it looks really fun.
It looks so fun. I think, and I like the kind of taking it seriously is almost funnier than trying to make it really goofy. And I think that's what the trailer gives, that really good vibe of this kind of like, no, we're taking this deadly seriously as an action film, but it's going to be incredibly goofy because of that.
But I know what you're thinking. God, no, actually, do you know what? Sorry. I need to do this a little bit different. Sorry. 1 second. I'm not feeling right for this. I'm not feeling right. This is better. This is more like it. There we go. That's more like it.
What's happened?
Now we can talk about it. It's November, Laurie.
Why did you have that on you?
It's November. It's time to talk about
creep.
Christmas. It's okay. I heard my first Christmas song the other day when I went to my local garden centre.
First ever? Crazy. How have you avoided them for so long?
I got out of the car and I was walking towards the garden centre and I was like, this is a Christmas song. It's October 20th.
Things start early. You know, people are already bored of the Halloween songs they always play in all the shows. Oh, wait, no, they don't.
So it is November, which means it's okay to talk about Christmas now, which means you can get ready for Christmas, and there's plenty of Cineworld Christmas gifts that you can get online and in store. Wicked Christmas gifts, if you will. So you can get ready for that festive season. Now, maybe something very, very different, and I do mean very, very different, piece by piece, is the Pharrell Williams musical biopic, or biopic, depending on how you want to say it, but it's done in Lego.
I'm catching up. Hang on. Wait. No. Hang on.
Yep, sorry.
Wait.
Trying to picture it.
Pharrell, his biopic,
and
his musical, and his Lego.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's all Lego. Imagine, like, look at that, like how the Lego movie looks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That, I mean, it sounds good. What an NERD.
Hey, that's very good. Like, do you remember when the trailer came out recently for the Robbie Williams biopic, and he's a monkey?
Oh my God.
They were talking about it in the office, and like one of our editors, Wes, was like, why is he a monkey? And Adam was like, why is he a monkey? And I was like, and then it was Adam that said, like, it's like that Pharrell one where he's a Lego brick.
Well, Robbie Williams does have a song called Me and My Monkey, doesn't he?
I suppose, yeah. But yeah, this is a biopic. It is a musical. It's about the story of Pharrell Williams, but told through the medium of Lego. He's
had a really interesting musical career to explore as well, and I think he's also had a lot of like really interesting music videos and things like that, so this could be a really interesting avenue to take his biopic in, because you're going to get so many different kind of spins on his life and life story that way. It
also means you can be like kind of trippy, kind of the way that the Elton John one was, where you can kind of like really play with the world around you. And if you're excited by the idea of Piece by Piece, you can see an early screening of it on Monday the 4th with our unlimited screenings. You can become an unlimited member by clicking the link in the video description down below. And there's an unlimited screening of Conclave on Monday the 11th. Taking a very different turn the following week, Gladiator II. Now, this film was supposed to come out many, many, many years ago, originally after the first Gladiator came out, because Ridley Scott was going to do a movie again starring Russell Crowe, but it was him battling his way through hell or the afterlife.
Oh, okay.
But this is now a very different Gladiator 2. This is just sort of like more of a standard Gladiator movie, but with an excellent, excellent cast.
It's an incredible cast. I think also the early previews of it have said that it's probably the best film of the year so far. It's up there in the kind of rarefied air of like June 2 and things like that as well. So I think this is something that Gladiator, I think, was such a cultural phenomenon as well when it first came out. I remember being at school and everyone was just turning to each other and just going, "Are you not entertained?" all the time. And I think it's so interesting to go back to that world. And then also to have that much time between it. And this film really does seem about exploring like legacy and things like that. And I think that's a really interesting way to kind of posit the Gladiator film lineage.
I think come early next year, there'll be a lot of Oscar buzz around this. So go and see it now and kind of see like what all the hype is all about.
Well, a lot of people have said that Denzel Washington is maybe a shoe-in for an Oscar on this one. So yeah, definitely worth seeing.
But the week after that, you can go see, they won't tell you it's a musical, but we will, the musical adaptation of the musical Wicked.
Yeah, this is going to be really good, I think. This is like,
Wicked?
Yeah, I really like Wicked. I think the musical is fantastic. I think the story is such a cool twist on The Wizard of Oz and like completely recontextualizes the entire thing, and I think that's well worth going to see in the cinema alone without it being, you know, hit song after hit song after hit song, and also starring great people who I think are just going to do justice to that amazing music.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum as the wizard.
That's just perfect casting.
That's inspired casting. The interesting thing as well, the one thing they're not telling you about the movie, aside from the fact it's not musical, is also part one. Mm-hmm. We're going to get another Wicked movie next year. So I'm guessing this is probably going to end with Defying Gravity.
You would assume so.
Yeah, because that's where the interval is, right?
That's where the interval is. That's where the big kind of the dramatic moment is in the musical. It's the kind of like realization of her pure power, and then the kind of knowing what she has to do aspect of it.
So because we're going to be excited for the film next year, you want to go see this one now to get you really excited for the next part of it as well. And much like Paddington in Peru, we have got merchandise that you can get for Wicked 2, including cup toppers, cups.
Tell me more.
And popcorn buckets, and much like we had for Ghostbusters Afterlife earlier this year, 2 exclusive icy flavors that you can get while watching Wicked. And you can get a free limited edition Wicked flavor icy when you see Wicked in ScreenX or 4DX between the 22nd of November and the 28th of November. Wicked can be seen in 4DX and IMAX and ScreenX. We wanted to celebrate musical season here at Cineworld Cinemas. And you can see the 1978 movie Grease on Saturday the 2nd and 2017's The Greatest Showman on Saturday the 9th.
On Wednesday the 13th, you can see the 2002 version of Chicago, and on Sunday the 17th, you can revisit the Moulin Rouge from 2001.
And lastly, for November, we've also got Moana 2. Moana was such a big hit, and it continues to be a big hit to this day. Like my kid, who is 3, loves Moana. It's like it's one of her favorite movies to watch. So it's finding like a whole new generation of people. But it's always been sort of bubbling. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's like, oh yeah, we're doing Moana 2. Oh yeah, and it's already done. Oh yeah, and it's coming out this year. And it was like, whoa, okay.
Well, I mean, this is the sequel to one of the best Disney films in recent memory. And much like Frozen 2 on top of Frozen, they got a track record of like nailing the sequel. So I'm super excited to see this.
Stoked for this, yeah. All the cast are back. So it's our double dose of Rock the Dwayne Johnson for this month.
Big month for him.
The Rock's big month.
His bank account just...
So yeah, I'm super stoked for this. The soundtrack from the first one, we were actually singing it before we started rolling for this, because it's got so many good tunes in it that I can't wait to see what they've got in store for us in this one.
Absolutely.
We've also got event cinema, including the English National Ballet's performance of Swan Lake on Saturday the 2nd, The Phantom of the Opera at the Royal Albert Hall on Sunday the 3rd and Tuesday the 5th, and only available in IMAX, Swan Lake on Saturday the 9th and Sunday the 10th. Massive Swan.
On Saturday the 16th, Sunday 17th and Tuesday the 19th, you can see Andrea Bocelli 30, The Celebration. On Sunday 17th and Wednesday 20th, Kiss Me Kate, the musical, and Girl from the North Country is also showing on Thursday the 21st.
That 30th celebration of Andrea Bocelli is also being shown on Friday the 22nd, the Met 2024's Puccini Tosca on Saturday the 23rd, and Girl from the North Country is back on Sunday the 24th. But I'm afraid that's all we've got time for on this edition of What's On. You can check out all the movies we've discussed today using the links in the video description down below.
And for all you audiophiles out there, this episode is available as a podcast, which you can get wherever you get your podcasts from.
We will see you next month for more movie chat. I've been Luke Owen.
I've been Laurie Blake.
And that's What's On.